Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, your go-to source for everything on the Las Vegas Raiders. Whether you're a diehard motherfucker like me, or just getting to know Raider Nation, our passionate hosts are here to bring you all the excitement on Raiders football. I'm Shit Show Joe, and welcome to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Let's go, Raiders! If not, fuck your team.
And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Wil, and I am here with my boy, Matty B. What up, baby?
What's up, fam? How you guys all doing tonight? How you doing tonight, Will?
We're all good. Hey, we're good, bro. We're good. So today it's just me and Matty B, a lot of the Misfit crew. We got a lot of stuff going on. Hey, we want to send our condolences out to our brother James. His wife passed away. Guys, make sure that you guys lock in. Make sure that you guys look at his GoFundMe and see if you guys can help out, man. He's going through a hard time. Let's help our Raider family in need. So make sure you look up TBH Military Chapter or TBH or Malibu TBH. That's our boy James. Make sure you hook him up, man. Make sure you take care of him. Our condolences to you and your family, brother. And we want to hold a quick moment of silence for her. And if you join me on that, my brother. All right, my brother. Well, Raider Nation's definitely going through some tough times right now. Lots of loss of family. Lots of hard times, man. So make sure that you guys go out there, reach out support, reach out to each other. Make sure that you guys are staying linked in with your family and linked in with those around you, man, especially those that you hold near and dear to your heart. Brother, lots of stuff going on. Nothing super important. We got OTAs going on right now, mandatory OTAs. AJ Cole gets a contract extension. What are your thoughts on AJ Cole's contract extension?
I like it, man. I like it. I like that we're keeping the in-house. I like the fact that, homegrown talent, we're not letting it walk out the door like we used to, and we're giving these guys the contracts they deserve, man. And I'm liking it. I'm loving the regime. I'm liking the way they're coming in and taking care of business with the players that are in-house and, getting good free agents that are going to, I think, in my opinion, are really going to help out this team. So I'm so far so good with the way I said this last year with AP too, so far so good. But I really, really do think that we're headed in the right direction with this regime and turning this franchise around. So, yeah, I like it, man. Let's go out there and get Colton Miller signed and get a couple of our other guys signed.
Hey, absolutely. I was gonna get to that. AJ Cole, definitely a smart move. Spy Tech showing that he's doing quality moves, showing financial responsibility, getting this guy signed. We signed him for another 5 years, I think. And I'd be like, at 5 years, man, we got an absolute steal. AJ Cole comes out and says, hey, I love being a part of Raider Nation. I love this team. I love how the fans respect the special teams players here with the nation. Brother,
Yep.
That's been something that, we've had for a long time. You've had Ray Guy. You got Sebastian Janikowski. You got, Shane Leckler.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, we've had a pretty good
Marquette
legacy of
King,
punters.
man. Hey, not even to say but Marquette King was good too, man.
Absolutely, Marquette.
Little off the field issues and on the field issues, but that's all right. Not biggie. Still a good player.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something that we've just been really good at. be like picking special teams players, kickers. I mean, like look at Daniel Carlson. And
Yes,
there's
sir.
another guy, that we're going to talk about later on to see what you think. He's going to be up for a contract extension next year. So Cash Money Carlson, who rarely misses a kick, man, is going to be up for an extension next year as well. But just sticking to the special teams, talking about how important they are. If you look at the amount of punts this man has put together, he's punted a ton. And I mean, like, just showing that he's been consistent in pinning the team back and being consistent and averaging about, almost 50 yards a kick?
There's something right around that area, yeah. I want to say somewhere around there, 49, 50, something like that.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, that's absolutely incredible to think of a guy of that caliber walking onto this team. And literally, man, I'm going to tell you a little story that I didn't even know about. Carlson walked onto this, or AJ Cole came to this team with the plan of working for IBM. He wasn't a lock-in to make the team. He came out and he had a job until the day that they signed and said, hey, we're going to go week 1 to go punt. He still had a job. Like, he had a job in the works because, bro, he wasn't guaranteed to make the team.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, I heard that today. I mean, like, our boy Q brought it up, and I thought that was a really cool story about, hey, AJ Cole coming out of nowhere, coming and making a name for himself, making himself an important part of this team. And not only that, an actual Pro Bowler, man, which absolutely quality. So, hey, Raiders, great job. Spy Tech, you finally, we're finally doing the things the right way. Let's go, baby. Yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Raider Nation, baby.
Yes, sir. You brought up a name, Colton Miller. He is coming up next year on a big contract deal.
Mm-hmm.
What are you expecting our Raiders to do? What are you expecting to see? Are you expecting for Colton Miller to be signed long term? And if he is signed long term, I mean, like, what type of money are we talking about? Top 10 money? Top 5 money? Top 15 money? I mean, like, where do you see it being falling? And, how many years do you see this contract being as in he's 29 years old?
Well, I'm not sure what the salary is. My computer just died on me, so I can't look up the salaries for left tackles and right tackles right now. See what their average salary is, but
Average salary?
I want to say it's all going to be based off of how he performs this year. I think he's had the last year was rough, year before that, he had some missed games. I think a few before that too, in and out. But I think really it's going to depend on how well he plays this year. And I think that's a lot of the reason why he showed up is I think he's going to have to prove it this year. Not saying that he's not a bad player and that he doesn't have he doesn't still have the energy that he's had, but I think it's a prove it year for him, honestly, for a contract extension. We're gonna see how well he plays, if he can stay from being injured, how many sacks he don't give up, pancakes, everything like that, So let's see how.
So let me give you these numbers. The average left tackle makes $12 to $15 million. Jeremy Tunsil with the Texans is currently at $25 million a year.
So he's the highest paid right now?
Let me see here. Highest paid left tackles. See here. Tristan Wirfs is the number 1 from the Tampa Bay at 28.12. Penei Sewell from the Detroit Lions makes $28 million.
Ooh.
Trent Williams makes $27.5.
What does Colton Miller make right now? Sorry, I wish my computer wasn't dead. I don't have a plug-in in here for it. So
I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you. Hold on here. Let me see here. Colton Miller. Ronnie Staley right now is making $20 million.
okay,
Be like Mike Onuwu, Elric Jackson, Titus Howard, Brian O'Neill. Colton Miller is tied at 21st with $18 million a year.
okay. Like I said, it's gonna be based off of the way he plays this year. Honestly, I think he's looking at maybe. I don't think he's gonna be 28 million. I think he'll be more around the area of maybe 24 to 22 million, somewhere right around that ballpark is what I would say, and that would be. I'm thinking like maybe a 3-year contract, maybe a 4-year contract. And I mean, it's probably, how these players sign nowadays, everything's basically either guaranteed or, front loaded contract, so we'll see how it plays out. And like I said, it's gonna be based off of the way he can stay in the games and how well he performs while he's in the game. So that's basically all I can say about it. Cause I mean, there's really nothing I can say that, yeah, he deserves this and this, but you gotta stay healthy in order to get that, if that's what you want.
You hit the key word right there. If Colton Miller stays healthy and he goes through the whole season, having a Pro Bowl season, I expect him to make north of $20 million a season. Okay. Now, if he comes in, has a flat season, is just struggling, I can see the Raiders offering a solid contract, but not top 15 money. I would see him top 18 money, which would put him at like maybe right now $19 million a year. Now, contract length, what I expect is the Raiders to actually lock him up for a long-term contract, 4 to 5 years. The reason is this, okay? You have JPJ at center. You have DJ Glaze at right tackle. Both of them are young. Why would you get rid of your left tackle and make another hole in that unit when you yourself know that you're going to use Ashton Gentry to pound the rock and you need to defend Geno Smith's blind side? This gives you the opportunity to upgrade the guard position, to get guys that are fitting with the program, to get a little bit of depth, and it secures the left tackle position for at least the next 3 to 4 years. Bro, this right there, for me, if I'm John Spytek, that to me equals money. Because he has a 5-year contract. If you're able to secure your left tackle for a long period of time, that's going to bring stability to your team. That's going to upgrade your run game.
How old is Colton Miller? Isn't he in his 30s?
29.
Oh, he's 29? Okay, I thought he was in his 30s, 31. Okay, so yeah, I could see a 4 or 5 year deal.
And, that's where I say, hey, and because of the position that he plays, I could really see a 4 to 5 year deal.
And usually about that time is about the time if they start slowing down, you could kick them into a guard. And you have that guy to kind of help out with the tackle to help out. I've seen it done before in certain areas too, where they kick that guy into the inside a little slower. So,
absolutely, and I mean, like that's where you can do a different thing with him. You can move him over to the right side.
Well, he's played when he first came out, he was originally a right guard, right? And he played and then he played all across the line, but he was an original right guard and then or right tackle, and then he ended up moving to left tackle when he got signed.
Yep.
So
I mean, like he can play either or, and I really do see him as a player that is a leader in the locker room. And I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's not in OTAs or whatever," but he's at OTAs now. He's in there. He's bought into the program. He's a guy that's putting in work. And what do you do with guys that put in work? You reward them. You know what I'm saying? You give them a little love. Because at the end of the day, he's coming in and believing in your program. He's believing in what's going on and what you got going on. So I really do see that they will lock Colton Miller up for the long term. Another guy, bro, that is coming up. We talked about Cash Money Carlson. I mean, he's coming up on an extension. What are you thinking? What are you seeing? What do you think?
How old is Carlson? I don't. Sorry, I keep making you look all this shit up, man. But
Nope. Nope, I got you. Daniel Carlson, I'm going to look him up.
I know he's young. He's probably only like 27, maybe 26, 27.
Daniel Carlson.
I might even be wrong on that, man. I'm not even sure. I know he's young.
He is 30 years old.
I'm way off. I suck. I'm not good with
He's
age.
30.
But yeah, okay,
No,
all
I
right.
got you.
So 30. Okay, so I mean, you got to lock him up long term if you give him a deal. So I mean, you like you said earlier, we are always good at having the kicking tandem, and right now I think we have a kicking tandem that gels. And I think if you mess that up, it's just, I don't know, it's going to be hard to recover from. So I think you have to, honestly, those are the next two guys that have to get their re-up. You know what I mean? That's just my honest opinion. And I think, oh man, he's good, man. He's a good kicker, dude. Like I'd say he's probably top five, honestly. I'd say at least he's probably top five. So, I mean, he's going to make a good penny if he does good this year, especially if he starts hitting them from long distance like he was prior to last year.
I'm going to tell you like this, man. Cash Money! You got to show him the money! Yeah. Yo, Cash Money Carlson, bro, that man needs to get paid! Pay the man. Pay the man. Pay the man. You hit on a crucial situation there. Bro, we already have a tandem. He is used to AJ Cole being his holder, being his guy. There's a tandem there. They have a team. They have a special teams group. Why would we break that up? Why would you break a Pro Bowl group up that is there for the long run? If you guys remember, we got Carlson from the Vikings.
Off the Vikings field goal. Only because he missed one field goal. I get it was a playoff game, but damn.
Bro, they cut him. Daniel Carlson had to go through the same thing, as AJ Cole. Thinking, man, am I going to be in this league? What's going on? Guess what? Now we have two guys that are solid Pro Bowlers that are there. And if we lock him up for a long-term contract, bro, we are talking long-term.
Mm-hmm.
Kickers can last a long time, bro. We're talking 38, 40. I'd be like, why not lock up the kicking position for the next 8 to 10 years?
Yeah, but I don't know if you can pay a kicker that much for 10 years. I mean, I think he's going to get like a 5-year contract, honestly. I think he'll get a 5-year contract, and then, hey, like you said, kickers can last forever, but some of them can wear out real quick too, man. So, like
I can see that. I can see a 5-year.
I could see a 5-year contract, maybe a 6-year contract. You know what I mean? But I don't think I see an 8 to a 10-year contract with a kicker. I don't know if I can go that high with a kicker. I mean, what did you just give the punter? You know what I mean? You just gave him a 4-year, 5-year deal?
5-year.
So a 5-year deal on him. So I'm looking at about the same with him. If you're talking about keeping that together, it's got to be right around a 5-year deal.
I could see that. I mean, like, if you're talking about Colton Miller, another 5-year deal, I'd be like, that puts you through Spytek's time.
Mm-hmm. And
and
probably
Pete
Pete
Carroll's
Carroll.
team.
Yeah, I was gonna say and Pete
Yeah.
Carroll.
Well, at the end of the day, that locks you up. That locks up your left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That locks up your kicker for the next 5.
Locks up your running back. See how
Yeah.
Geno plays the next 3.
Yeah.
So
I'd be like, you're pretty solid all the way around for the next 5 years.
yeah.
Now, here's a name that is definitely going to be a name that we're going to have to watch this year. A guy that has just been waiting, man, to really pop off. A guy that I really do feel is a team player. A guy that goes out there and does all the dirty work, doesn't complain, isn't a diva, isn't Devontae Adams, isn't a guy that says, hey, man, it's all about me and catching touchdowns. Jacobi Meyers. There is a guy that he has a contract year coming up. And I think that guy definitely deserves an extension. Last year, his first year, receiving over 1,000 yards. I'd be like, man, I see nothing but upside with this kid. Matty B, hit me with it.
I love this guy, man. Like you said, dude, he's not a diva. Somebody that goes out there and you know, I'm pretty sure he came from a smaller school, right? So I mean, you know, he's always had something to prove. You know, he'll always kind of be remembered as the guy that gave us the game against New England, but hey, you know what? You switched sides and came to the dark side, and now you play for us, and you're fucking balling out, dude. So I like it, man. Like you said, man, he's not a diva, and he's not all about himself. He's a team player, and you can't ask for a lot of stuff like that in this league anymore, man. Like, I mean, can we afford all these guys? I don't know. I mean, but if we're able to get this guy locked up, you got to give him a long contract too, man. You got to give him a good contract too, and maybe 3 to 5 years on this. Maybe a 3 to 5 year contract somewhere right in there. Maybe 3 to 4.
I can see that.
I won't say like a 5 to 6 year contract with him, but I give him like a 3 or 4 year contract, and he could probably be, I don't know, top 20. You know,
Yeah.
I could definitely see something right around that area, top 20. He's improved every year he's been with us, so it's not like he had one good year, he had one bad year, anything like that. So that's another positive you got to look at too. So, like I said, I see like a 3 to 5 year contract for him.
I see the same thing. He's 28 years old. At 5 years, that puts him at 33 years old. If you really think about it in receiver terms, that's getting old.
Yeah, they age like they're like dog years in age when it comes to humans, and
Yeah,
they age a lot
like
faster.
that's considered old. You know, so what I expect from Jacobi Meyers this year is to be an absolute monster. Why? I think this year is going to be the first year that we're going to use him as a true number 1 receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be the go-to guy. So watch him have a monster season. Watch for him to be 1,000-yard receiver, which is an absolute monster. I think that he'll be an absolute killer when it comes to the red zone space. I think he has great hands and creates good separation. So, yeah, I can definitely see a 4 to 5 year contract putting him not only like in top 20 money, we might be even in top 15 money, depending on his production and the way that he puts out and the way that Pete Carroll feels about it. You know, if Pete Carroll really feels like we need to buy in, don't be amazed if Spytech does the same thing and secure a guy for another long-term contract that might be heavy, where people go like, oh man, we're paying this guy top something money. But if he knows that guy's going to make more money, he's going to offer a long-term contract that is paid more up front or looks more. And in the back end, it looks like a lot less, like they did with Saquon Barkley.
Jacobi Myers is his Tyler Lockett on the Raiders. We'll just put it that way. He's his Tyler Lockett. He's not his number one, but he's a trustworthy number two who could be a number one if he needed to step up. You know, because that's what I see with Jacobi Myers. So, like you said, it's going to depend on, dude, if he balls out this year, he's going to get, like you said, top 20, maybe top 15. I could see top 15 too.
Absolutely. Yo, I want to know what your expectations this year are for Ashton Gentry. What do you expect to see out of our backfield this year? I'm going a lot of offense. The next episode, we're going to go a lot of defense. So, what are your expectations for Ashton Gentry?
Expectations for Ashton Gentry, man. I think he's going to do great. Again, it's going to come down to who we put in on our line, and what we're planning on running. So, I mean, he's short, he's small. That's the only thing that worries me is he's really small. But other than that, I mean, he bounces off people like a ping pong ball. So or pinball, I should say pinball, not ping pong ball. Hey, little pinball. But yeah, I love it, man. I think he's going to do great this year. I'm thinking he's going to be somewhere right around 900 to 1,000 yards. I'm thinking somewhere right around in there. Pro Bowler? Could be. He could be. My expectation, dude, though, is just keep that ball secure, man. And make smart moves with it and run it hard. And just fucking help the team out, man. I don't care if you're the Pro Bowler or the number one running back in the league this year. Just play smart ball and let's show everybody what you're made of. That stuff will all come if you go out to the field and prove it. So,
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you like this, man. Ashton Gentry will be a 1,000-yard rusher this year. I expect the Raiders to be ground and pound. I already have heard through the grapevine that I can't even say the brotherhood, I'll say the brotherhood between the coaches and the offensive line is definitely there. There's cohesion. So I'm telling you guys right now to expect a heavy, heavy run game with a lot of RPO, with a lot of, dual threat with Geno. But Ashton Gentry will be 1,000-yard back. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. I had to do some research, and the reason I'm saying this is because Chip Kelly's offense has evolved. Chip Kelly's offense is a lot more underneath center than people know. They think that he's coming from this, shotgun style offense. We're going to call it, whatever. I'd be like air raid or, whatever you want to call it, zone, read, whatever offense. Well, it's Chip Kelly's offense.
mm-hmm.
Well, he's running a lot more from underneath center now. He's doing a lot more with the run game, where before it was more meant of, deception and speed and getting the width of the field, like when he had DeAnthony Thomas and all those other things. Now it's more like, man, we're going to run the football. We're just going to give you different formations, different looks, different feels, different packages. But we can run the football and we could throw it. But if you look at the way Ohio State won, they ran the football. Will Howard could not throw the football. So that's why I expect Ashton Gentry to be 1,000-yard rusher. Now, let's finish up with this one, my brother. What are your expectations for Geno Smith this year?
Geno Smith, man. I think my expectation for Geno Smith this year is to get us over the hump and take us to the playoffs. I think he's more than capable of doing it. I think playing smart football, not getting rid of it. Do what you did when you first came over to Pete Carroll. You know, do what you've been doing. You know how to play football. You know what's up. Don't get rushing with the ball. Don't try to make stupid throws. Sit back, read your plays. You know what's going on, man. He's a good quarterback, man. And there's a lot of hype around Geno Smith, and there's people that talk shit about him too. So, I mean, just go out there and shut everybody up and just play football, man, and just do your job, dude. Like, go out there and have fun, but make smart decisions at the same time. I think he can actually take us to the playoffs if the whole team. Like, we got pieces, man. We got pieces. We got players. We got a lot of people. We're even being told there's even rumors. I won't say rumors, but there's articles out there talking about how we made the biggest strides this year. So
absolutely,
I think I've seen it. I believe in it too. So that's why I say I'm gonna trust. I trust this regime, like I said earlier. Like I said it last year with AP and all that stuff. But I just feel like it's something about this year and the way they're going about it and the way we've been going about it. It's different feeling than it was the last couple of years when it came down to coaching in the front office. And I think they can do it, man. I think Geno is going to have a great year this year. I don't think he's going to bomb, dude. I think he's going to take us there.
I cannot disagree with you. What I will tell you is this. What I expect out of Geno Smith is a higher level of consistency than we've had over the past 2 or 3 years. This guy is going to be the highest level quarterback that we've had since Derek Carr. We all know we didn't have a plan when it came to getting rid of DC. We got Jimmy Glass, we got AOC, we got freaking the mustache, we got everybody. We got Uncle Rico, anybody that you can pull off the bench. But let's be real. Geno Smith is the first quality quarterback that is an actual starter in this league. Yes, I said it. He is a starter on any other team in this league, except for a few, But yes, he is a top 30 quarterback in this league. I expect him to come in and bring leadership, bring the winning culture back to that locker room. There is going to be a shit ton of pressure on him. Now, is there pressure to win? I don't think very many people expect the Raiders to make it to the playoffs. But I think about more than half the majority of the people think that we can average about 8 wins? You better get to 8. I think that's the lucky number for the Raiders this year. If we get more than 8 wins, Geno Smith is going to show off that he was worth his money in spades and that we are making strides in the right direction. That's double the amount of wins that we had from last year, and it shows that the inconsistency at the quarterback position what definitely has been a big boost with Geno making it consistent. What are your thoughts on that, my brother?
I like it, man. I like it. I like he's got to have consistency, man. And like I said, he knows how to play football, man. He's done it before. He's gone in there and he's proved people wrong. I'm pretty sure they said, "Oh, you shouldn't have taken him in Seattle." And he came over to Pete Carroll and balled out, man. And I think he's going to bring it back over here too. I think him and Pete Carroll click. I think they mesh. I like Spy Tech. Everything is just seeming, like I said, everything's just seeming like it's falling into place and we're heading in the right direction. So I think, like you said, I'm pretty sure I said it was 8-9, 9-8. or 8-10 or 9-8 is what I predicted. So I'm right around that ballpark with you too, man. If we can get to about those, right around that number on wins, I think we're doing pretty good. That still doesn't rule out you don't go after a quarterback next year or throughout the draft and just keep going. But I think right now, I think if he balls out this year, he was definitely well worth the trade. And
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you something like this. Geno Smith right now is playing for longevity of his career. If Geno Smith comes in here and plays flat and doesn't have a good season, his replacement is coming, and he knows it. If Geno Smith has a great season and is able to take us into the playoffs, able to extend that, he's going to extend his career. He's on the older side of 34. Now, the quarterbacks play until the 40s now. I mean, like, if you're a decent quarterback, you play until you're 40. I know.
there's a lot of Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, 43 out there still with, I'm like, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, guys do play. I mean, like, you got Aaron Rodgers, who's a grandpa there, like, slanging it.
He's still trying to figure out what world he's in.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, all that, what is it called? Awayeska or
Ashwagandha or something like that.
Hey, man, if that makes you play till you're 43, I mean, like, keep going on with your bed. So.
I think making him play for shit. He's been taking that stuff, and his games went downhill, man. My buddy just sent me a picture of that, him and Devontae Adams, when he's like, oh, they did this whole, like, live press interview just to not be together.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers' career done in by ayahuasca or whatever it is. Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca or something like that. I think it's ayahuasca.
Yeah. But, again, I mean, like...
I don't know.
Yeah. But like we were saying about Geno, right? I think if he comes and has success, his contract is only 3 years. I can see him getting an extension, making a little bit more money, extending his career with the Raiders and being able to play until his 30s or until his early 40s, late 30s.
All right.
Now, what are your, like, on the low end, okay? We've talked about, hey, what you expect. On the low end, what is the minimum amount of wins that you see the Raiders winning this year?
On the low end, I see us winning 6. That would be probably my minimum. If we go 4 or anything less than that, or even 5 wins, you're not really improving from last year. You know what I mean? Like, a 1 game difference is not really putting you in any spot. I mean, you're still drafting at 10. You know, so it's not like you're not out of the top 10 just yet, you know. So I think, the lowest is 6, and even at 6, I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna say probably 7. 7 wins is the lowest.
I'm with you. I'm like, you know what? My at the lowest amount, like, if we don't win 6 games, I'm questioning everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I might even question myself because I'm expecting at least 6 wins. Now, I'll be like, 6 wins for me. Like I said, man, 6 wins for me is at a minimum, with us not even playing 100%, with us sputtering through the season and looking like trash. Right? Now, what are your expectations if we come looking out red hot? You know, like, if we come out on fire, what could you see the Raiders season being?
Man, like I said, I think we can go to playoffs, man. If they come out on fire, like I said just a minute ago.
How many wins? How many wins?
How many wins, man? If we come out on fire and, I mean, we're clicking on all cylinders, man, I could see 12, 13 wins, man. I could see it. But we got a team we got a roster, dude. Don't underestimate the roster we have. You know, yeah, well, okay, our depth might not be good, but if we got everybody, if we got everybody balling out at the same time and everybody doing their job, bro, shit. I wouldn't be surprised 12, 13 wins.
This man said 12 to 13 wins. Woo, woo, woo. I'll be like, bro, if we're that burning that hot, I'm like, watch out, baby. I'm like, we're just going to be partying hard all year long. I'm going to tell you like this. I have a little bit of lower expectations if we are burning red hot. I think if we are actually burning red hot this season, I expect us to be about 10-7. And the reason I'm going to tell you, I like people look at 10 wins as not being a lot. Going from 4 to 10, that is a 60% increase. That is a lot more wins. And I feel like this. You have to have consistency in winning in order for you to be able to make that turn from, or something has to happen at the end of the previous season for you to be able to make that turn. Almost like the Lions, you know, like the Lions went from being a crappy team to being a playoff team. But they didn't make that big leap of getting like 14 wins in a season overnight. It was like, hey, they made that jump to like 8 wins. And then they made that jump to like 10 wins. Now they're like,
sorry.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but I see where you're coming from with it. But I'm just saying, like, if you look at it from like from the commander side, okay, where you go from I'm picking like number 1 to being a Super Bowl, a game away from being in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? If you look at it this way, our roster right now is better than the Commanders roster was last year going into the season. If you got Jacobi Myers playing at full strength, if you got our offensive line playing at full strength, if Ashton Gentry balls out like you're talking, if Geno Smith is clicking on all cylinders and hitting everything and keeping the ball secure and not turning the ball over and throwing touchdowns and we're scoring in the red zone, our defense can ball out too, man. And I think we picked up some great pieces in the defense. So I'm saying, like I said, we could be 12, 13 wins. Don't underestimate the team that we have just because, you know, like, okay, yeah, we ain't got the depth that all these other teams have, but I still think we have a better team than the Commanders had going into last year, and look what they did.
I see what you're saying. For me, the biggest game changer you said there when you talk about roster is Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is a rare specimen.
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, the Hail Marys and stuff like that aren't just Jaden Daniels. That's receivers, that's the line, that's everything going into.
What I'm talking about, hey, I get you. But when you're talking about the Redskins and talking about us being comparable, okay? Scary Terry McLaughlin, very comparable to Jacobi Meyers. You know, Scary Terry's to me a little bit better.
A little bit better, I'd say. Yeah, I can agree with you.
Like he's better. He's just faster, I think, in my opinion. Now, when you talk about the quarterback position, though, that's where I'm still saying, hey, Jaden Daniels, in my opinion.
Oh, hey, let me throw in these 2 names too. Brock Bowers and Michael Mayers on top of that, man. So I'm telling you, if all these dudes are balling out I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, if these dudes are clicking, bro, I'm telling you. I'm right here.
I can see it. Just again, 13 wins. That's crazy. All right, man. Well, shoot. Guys, what I want you guys to do is like, share, subscribe, and comment. Make sure that you guys let us know what you guys are thinking out there. Yo, guys, we are going to be at the first game in New England. Matty B, Raider Will, Silver and Black Radio Podcast will be live, baby. September the 7th out there in Boston. So, guys, make sure you guys lock in those dates. We will be sending out information. Also, we will be out in the game in November in Denver. So, guys, make sure you guys lock in that date. And we will be out in Houston, December the 21st for the Houston and Raider game. So, guys, stay locked in as to we will be dropping all sorts of information on what's going on, where to go, and where to chill. Brother Matty B, you got anything else?
Yeah, man. If you guys are going to games, man, don't forget to get your patches, man. We got the TVH Travel Brigade. Let's go, baby. Come on. Don't forget to purchase them. We got them right here. Hit me or Raider Will up for them. We'll get them on your
You
jacket
already
before you guys
know.
make out to these games. You know what I mean? So hit us up, man.
Yes, sir. So if you guys need patches, you guys need something else, hey, let us know. We'll hook you up. We'll get you guys a gauge. That'd be like, we got Raider cups. We got Raider like
No
little
jars.
holders for your little
Right here.
ganj holders, I
Hey,
guess you could say.
man, you put your stuff in there.
We got another one for the Raiders. I mean, like, I don't even think Matty B's seen these. We got pizza holders, pizza slice holders.
Dope.
I mean,
Heck yeah, my son would love that.
so yeah, let us know. I mean, like, we got merch coming out the yin yang. Hey,
Yeah,
it's all about one nation. It's all about one team. It's all about the
Ray.
Raiders.